All right. Shut up and take that money.
This is where we shut up and take my money. This is the stuff that these are the people that I want you to give your money to because you're really going to enjoy it. As I just showed you, a bunch of Keith Champagne / New Pain Pro stuff. The 32-page sequel to The Switch, ELECTRICIA by series creators Keith Champagne and Tom Nguyen. This project will be funded if it reaches its goal by Sunday, June 1st at 11:01 a.m. So you have 19 days left, and it actually funded in 24 hours. So now we are working on stretch goals. We will have a link up when we put these up themselves. Basically, in this story, reformed bad girl ELECTRICIA finally returns in this all-new 32-page sequel to the critically acclaimed hardcover graphic novel, The Switch, ELECTRICIA by Tom Nguyen and Keith Champagne. If you only knew then what you knew now, what would you tell your younger self? It's a question the supposedly reformed supervillain ELECTRICIA has asked herself infinite times if she could spare her younger self years of violence, pain, and self-hatred that were to come. How would she do so? As she tries to adapt to her new heroic identity of the Switch, she finds herself still uncomfortable, questioning herself and the strange new path she's begun to walk. When a mysterious figure from her past reappears, ELECTRICIA is forced to confront the very worst of her past and herself as she begins to stumble down the long, rocky road towards true redemption. If only she can survive. This is both a sequel and a prequel to the graphic novel. Joined by Keith Champagne and Tom Nguyen, joined this time by colorist Richard Stunke. The rewards ranging from $5 to $800, mostly in the lower range. Hold on right there. You can get digital and physical copies of the books with a variety of covers. There are tiers to get digital and physical copies of the New Pain universe in all of its glory, as well as some original art. And if you just want to spend $800, you will get an ELECTRICIA #1 with a unique cover created only for you. You'll get a 1/1 variant cover that will never be reprinted, plus the original art for the cover, and 25 copies of the printed book. The only copies that will exist in this reality. Art will be created by ELECTRICIA creative team of Tom Nguyen, Keith Champagne, and Rich Stunke. This also includes the maximum wattage digital edition. That's obviously more for like a comic book shop, so they can have their own version of it out. Okay, the add-ons. This one here is the bootleg bundle. For $20, you get an unpublished by DC issues of Green Lantern by Keith Champagne and Neil Edwards, and Action Comics by Keith Champagne and Rick Leonardi, available in a bootleg bundle. Green Lantern is fully colored and lettered, and Superman is presented in raw pencil form with lettering. That's awesome. Next up, we have The Unbreakable Red Sonja by Tom Nguyen. It's a copy of his limited variant cover edition of The Unbreakable Red Sonja #1 signed. Next, we have the ELECTRICIA red cover variant. It's for $40. It's ultra limited, an original copy of the Switch ELECTRICIA hardcover graphic novel with the red cover by Doug Mahnke. There are only 5 copies of this available. Next, we have the remastered Switch trade paperback for $25. There's 1 copy of the 112-page remastered Switch trade paperback. And then we have the next is the ELECTRICIA #1 maximum wattage for $20. Add on a digital copy of the deluxe maximum wattage version of ELECTRICIA #1. It includes copious amounts of bonus material. If it's anything like the last one, it went from being 140 pages to 400 pages. So expect things like scripts, background art, all the great stuff. Their stretch goal #1 has been hit. It hit $4,000, and they're going to be expanding the page count of ELECTRICIA #1 to add an 8-page Dr. Hate backup story by Atomic Tommy Denison and Tanner Ogle. And I'm going to make you go and look at the Kickstarter to check out the adorableness of the kitty sketches that we've been shown so far. And that is what I have to tell you about ELECTRICIA. It looks great. Everything I've gotten from them is high quality. It's going to be super fun. We love Keith Champagne. We love Tom Nguyen. We love New Pain. So go out, sign up. I signed up today. there are certain things where you're just like, well, I need that. Uh, they weren't released, and I need that. And then you're gonna get the extras. I need that too. So Key Champagne, besties, love your stuff. Fabulous.
Excelsior!